In today's video, we'll be showing you how to assemble your fin cycle.
After removing the lid, take out the two cardboard pieces and the front tire to be set aside. Next, remove the parts box. In it, you will find battery charger, charger timer, cycle key, upper bag support, sand seed bottle holder, 5mm Allen wrench, 6mm Allen wrench, 8mm Allen wrench, 8 and 10mm wrench, 19mm socket, socket handle, 19mm front wheel nylock nuts, front wheel torque arm, 5mm torque arm bolts. To start, fold the plastic protecting the cycle around the top of the box. Lift the cycle frame out of the box, propping it on the edge of the box between the front fork and fender as shown. To install the handlebars, start by clipping and removing the zip ties holding the handlebars to the frame. Remove the bolt and washers from the handlebar, inserting it into the front fork, lining up the notch in the handlebar with the notch in the front fork. Be sure when doing this that none of the cables become twisted around the handlebar. Add the washers to the bolt, making sure the thinner stainless steel washer is first, followed by the thicker brass washer. Tighten the nut using the 19mm socket and repeat the process with the other handlebar. Next, we will install the upper bag support. Grab the support from the parts box and remove the nuts and bolts. Now, line up the holes on the support with the holes on the cycle bracket and insert the bolts. Use the 5mm Allen wrench and 10mm wrench to tighten the nuts onto the bolts, securing the upper bag support. Once the handlebars and upper bag support are attached, grab the two cardboard pieces you set aside earlier. Set them on the ground to use as supports for the handlebars to avoid damage. Now lift the cycle out of the box and place it upside down, resting the handlebars on the two cardboard pieces as shown. Locate the kickstand in the box and take it out of the packaging. Remove the kickstand bolts from the frame. Now line up the holes on the kickstand with the holes on the frame and insert the bolts. Use the 8mm Allen wrench to tighten the bolts and secure the kickstand. Install the front tire by placing it on the front fork, making sure the brake disc is on the side of the fork with the brake brace. When installing the tire, the flat spots on the axle will align with the flat parts of the fork. You may need to turn the axle to align the two. Once the tire is in place, put the torque arm over the axle, making sure it is aligned with the hole and guide on the fork. Secure the torque arm using the 5mm Allen wrench to tighten the bolt. Repeat this process on the other side of the fork. Now install the 19mm nylock nuts on the front wheel, making sure the rounded side with the nylock is on the outside of the nut. Use the 19mm socket to tighten the nut and repeat the process on the other side. Next, you need to attach the front brake. Remove the two bolts from the brake, keeping the bolts and washers in order. Remove the plastic spacer from the brake caliper, making sure not to bump or squeeze the brake handle until the brake is installed. Place the brake caliper over the brake disc and align the two holes in the brake with the two holes on the brake brace. Secure the brake by tightening the bolts with the 5mm Allen wrench.
If when you spin the wheel the brakes rub, or you test the brakes and there is no tension, please watch our adjusting the brakes video.
Your front tire is fully installed, and the cycle can now be flipped onto its wheels. Finally, you will need to fully charge the battery. Before charging, the battery must be removed from the cycle. Start by folding down the foot pads and making sure the battery cord is disconnected. If not, turn the blue collar on the plug and pull the cords apart. Now unscrew the battery stabilizer and remove the battery from the cycle. To charge, Plug the charger into the battery and connect it to the charger power cord. Plug the charger power cord into the timer and the timer into a socket. Turn on the charger by pressing the gray button. Continue to press the gray button until the charger shows 8 with a red dot in the bottom right-hand corner. While charging, the light on the battery will show green for a moment before turning red to let you know it is charging. When the battery is fully charged, the light will turn green. When ready to play, insert the battery pack into the cycle, pushing the flat part of the battery forward so the guides on the battery are aligned with the frame, and secure the battery by tightening the stabilizer. Plug in the battery, making sure the white arrow on the blue portion of the battery plug lines up with the white arrow on the battery connector. When the battery is connected, turn the cycle on using the key and you will see 3 lights on the bottom of the diagnostic control box light up. These lights should all be on. If one is not lit, please contact Finn Scooters at 833-FINN-DOG, noting which light is dark.
Again, please remember to remove the battery when charging and store it in a dark place at a stable temperature. Don't plug the battery into the cycle until you're ready to play. When you are ready to play, run through this quick checklist.
First, check to make sure each brake works by rolling forward and backward, engaging each brake one at a time. Next, inspect the bolts on the handlebars and front axle to ensure tightness. Be sure that your battery is clean. If there is dirt or mud on the battery, use a damp cloth to wipe it off. Never use running water to clean the battery.
Finally, book a tee time, hop on your Finn, and enjoy your first round.